Okay, now we want to do a problem where we are going to try and determine the equation of a line, and we're given some information about a separate line. So here's what we're told. On our line, there's a point 2, -4, and our line, or the line we're trying to get the equation of, is parallel to a separate line, and the second line is 5x minus 2y equals 4. So let's talk about what's going on. For the most part in class, we were just finding the equation of a line, just a single line. But now we have these kinds of problems where they actually give us two lines. So here's a line, 5x minus 2y equals 4. Now the line we're trying to find the equation for is parallel to this line and includes the point 2 minus 4. So if I just draw a quick little diagram, hopefully you realize if I have one line that looks like this, a parallel line has the same exact slope. So there's an example of a parallel line. Parallel lines have equal slopes. So the goal of this problem is to find the equation of a line. And anytime we try and find the equation of a line, we always like to start with the slope-intercept equation, which is y equals mx plus b. Now the two things we have to determine, if we can figure these two things out, then we will have the equation of a line. We need to determine m, which is the slope, and we need to determine b, which is the y-intercept. If I can determine m and b, then I will have the equation of our line. So how can we go about determining those? Well, the key is I can find the slope of my line by realizing that the slope of my line is the same as the slope of this other line. So if I can get the slope of this other line, then I have the slope of my line. So let's do that. I need to take this equation for the second line, and I need to find the slope of this line. So another quick sort of check. Given the equation of a line, how do we find the slope of that line? And the way we do it is we take the equation and we put it in slope-intercept form, which means get the y by itself. Because once you get the y by itself, then whatever number is in front of the x is going to be our slope. So let's take the equation of the second line, 5x minus 2y equals 4, and I want to find the slope of this line. So I'm going to get y by itself. First thing I'll do is subtract 5x from both sides. Now to get y by itself, I'll divide both sides by -2. So everything gets divided by -2. So when we're all done, we have y equals 5/2 x minus 2. So the slope of this line is 5/2, which is going to be the slope of my line. So now, for my line, I can now say y equals 5/2 x plus b. Now, if I can just figure out what the b is equal to, then I will have the equation of the line. Now, there's a couple ways to do this. I think the easiest way is, I know a point on my line. If I go back up here, 2 minus 4 is a point on our line. That 2 represents the value of x when the y is minus 4. I'm going to go in to the equation for my line and plug in 2 for x and minus 4 for y. And when I do that, then I will have a way to calculate the b. So y is minus 4. X is 2 plus b. So minus 4 equals 5 plus b. So to solve for b, subtract 5 from both sides. I end up with b equals -9. So now I have the equation of my line in slope-intercept form. Y equals 5/2 x minus 9. Now let me go ahead, because sometimes in the homework they ask for the equation of the line in the general form. The general form, if you recall, means you get x and y on the same side and you make sure there's no fractions. So let's first go ahead and clear the fractions. I only have one fraction of 5/2, so if I multiply both sides by that denominator, then I'll have 2y equals, so the 2 times this 5/2 x leaves you with 5x minus 18. And now I want to get x and y on the same side. And normally we would like our x value to be positive. So I'm going to add 18 to both sides to move the -18 and subtract 2y to move it to the right. So by the time I do that, I end up with 5x minus 2y equals 18. So there's the equation of the line in the general form, and once again, let me write it in the slope-intercept form. It's 5/2 x minus 9. So there we found the equation of a line that is parallel to another line.